Hello, everybody. Welcome to KC Blitz. I'm Ned Reynolds.
I'm Art Haynes, and we're here to talk Kansas City Chiefs in under 10 minutes. The Chiefs won against the Denver Broncos last Sunday again. They've now beaten them 9 in a row.
And the Chiefs wrapped that game up in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, they really did. Really did. Jumped out on Denver early. We're going to see the key play that really got it started. Obviously, it was a snowy day, a snow globe at Arrowhead, one of those games where it's great to be at home by the fire, watching it and saying, isn't this great? But if you're a player or a fan at Arrowhead, maybe not so much.
Art, in your opinion, though, what is the dominant factor that Kansas City has over teams like Denver?
Well, Denver's not really good right now. I think that would be it, and the Chiefs are. But, I mean, we've talked week after week on this show about the Chiefs' defense improving. And, yeah, Denver, New England even the week before, Oakland the week before that. These are not offensive juggernauts, but they are NFL teams. And the Chiefs' defense is really coming together now. I think that is a force that's going to carry them perhaps deep into the playoffs.
The Denver defensive backfield played awfully soft. Patrick Mahomes just picked out receiver after receiver after receiver. Had Travis Kelce 11 times.
Yeah. And Travis Kelce now the first tight end in NFL history with 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. So they talk about Bill Belichick saying Vic Fangio, the Denver coach, was a defensive coordinator with the Bears. He's a very good defensive coach, but you try to take away what the other team wants to do. Well, they didn't take away Kelce or Tyreek Hill.
And Tyreek Hill came up with the big play of the game. We're going to take a look at that big play of the game, too, on our digital replay. As most of you know, folks, we cannot show any footage at all. That's illegal, so we try to stay within the rules.
That would be a foul.
It is. Timeout. So what we have is our game over here. And this is our replay of the game. And our play of the game is the touchdown pass that the Chiefs scored right at the very start of the game. And it was a touchdown to Tyreek Hill. So let's, Arthur, do the honors for us.
Well, as you see, a snowy field, and Patrick Mahomes has Hill flanked out to the right side. Mahomes back to pass. Hill going downfield to the right. He lets it go. He's wide open. And it's going to be, with some misdirection here, touchdown, Kansas City.
There it is. And that is Tyreek Hill, who was wide open, split the defending backs, and he goes in for the touchdown, untouched, a big play.
Yeah.
Absolutely big play.
Indeed, and pay no attention to those Oakland Raider uniforms. This is the Denver Broncos the Chiefs are playing. Here's the Mahomes cam shot, and you can see it from behind the helmet of the quarterback.
He doesn't get a whole lot of pressure put on him, but there's Tyreek Hill. We did not see him go up the runway, though. That's the one drawback.
Yeah, indeed. But we have our physical limitations here. But that was a big play that got the Chiefs on the board. Now, the extra point was muffed because of an errant snap in the snow, but that was one of the few negatives.
The snow, of course, affects both teams, but not really adversely. It looked like the Kansas City Chiefs were having an awful lot of fun out there. The Denver Broncos obviously were not. But in conditions like that, when you slip and slide, in your opinion, who has the advantage?
Well, I mean, normally you think a team that runs the ball would have the advantage over a passing team, but not necessarily, because when you're throwing the ball, the receiver knows where he's going and the defensive back has to adjust. And obviously the Chiefs, just the better team. They were prepared. Yeah, Denver's used to playing in the snow where they come from, but I think it was pretty much a non-factor as far as favoring one team over the other.
Let's take a look at the offensive line and the sets here, because Mahomes had all day to throw. The offensive line's been doing a great job.
Yeah, they really have. And here we'll kind of take a look at it again as he goes back to pass.
Here's our man right here, and he's running the route.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn around right there.
He has a tendency to do that. But here he goes, just slicing through the snow.
On a one-horse open sleigh.
Yeah, the weather outside was frightful. But the Chiefs got the win, and there had been some talk they might get unflexed out of the Sunday night because their game with the Bears doesn't have a lot of meaning, but they left it at Sunday night, so the Chiefs will be in prime time this week.
It will be from Soldier Field in Chicago, where undoubtedly on the shores of Lake Michigan on a Sunday night in December, the temperature will be about 80 degrees, right?
Well, it's going to be pretty warm in Kansas City, so we'll see what it is in Chicago, probably a bit cooler than that. The Bears pretty much out of contention now after a loss last week to the Green Bay Packers. They've had a disappointing season. The Chiefs have won 4 out of 5. It looks like they are surging here just before the playoffs.
But on a Sunday night, under the lights at Soldier Field, the Chicago Bears will put forth their best effort. You can be assured of that happening. Speaking of that, how about if we visit with our friend Larry Nemmers and take a look at some of the key calls that occurred last Sunday. 17-year veteran white hat Larry Nemmers joins us, and while this game, the Chiefs game with the Denver Broncos, was kind of bereft of any controversial calls, there was one that I found to be very puzzling indeed. We're going to take a look at it too.
One little questionable one.
It's this one right here. It's a pass completion, but the penalty occurs way up here, and it's an illegal block. Now, what is that?
Well, an illegal block is either a peel-back block or a block in the back, and what they called was a block in the back. And like I said, Ned, there was very little contact, maybe just a little tiny shove on the shoulder. Sometimes that can spring a guy, but in this situation, it probably did not spring him.
This just looks like a snow angel here. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
What's getting blocked?
You have to remember the angle of the official that called it, the back judge, is way back there, and his angle may have looked like a lot more than it was.
I thought maybe somebody had thrown a snowball from the sidelines and disrupted the official or did something of that nature. But anyway, that was the phantom call for whatever it is. Now, there was another one, and it did not occur in this game. It's the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, and this is one with which I am not familiar. Anyway, explain the situation.
Well, fair catch interference is when a kicking team player hits the receiver before the ball comes. This is not that. It's kick-catch interference. He's hit after he receives the ball.
This is the receiver. This is the guy who's going to catch the punt.
This is the guy that's going to catch the ball. And if you signal for a fair catch, if you muff it, you have time to recover it before you can be hit. What they said was he signaled for a fair catch. He comes from over here. Here's the official who called it. Now, he does not signal for a fair catch. Let's see the next shot.
This is where here is where he is hit right
Yes,
here.
he catches the ball, and then a split second afterwards, he's hit, and it's a legal hit. You can see the shoulder pad to the shoulder pad. It should have been, he muffs the ball, Chicago recovers. They call kick-catch interference, which is a 15-yard penalty. Green Bay got the ball with a 15-yard penalty on top. Chicago should have had it inside the 20-yard line.
What's the difference between kick-catch interference and just a plain interference call on a fair catch?
Interference call would be if you hit him before the ball comes. Whether you've signaled for a fair catch or not, you have the right to catch the ball.
All right, now the official said, and we saw that in the previous viewpoint, the official said he called for a fair catch.
Yes, he did not call for a fair catch. After they came back from commercial.
Thank you.
After they came back from commercial, they went back and watched the defender here, the receiver here coming from about 15 yards away, never signaled.
All right, the question is then, why not use the instant replay?
It's not reviewable. That is not a reviewable play. Next year, if this would have been a championship game, next year it'd been reviewable. But since it wasn't a championship game, it probably won't be.
So the two bailouts are the whistle blew or it's not reviewable.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You guys remember Animal House? Double secret probation here. We're changing the rules.
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely. Dean Wormer.
I love it. I love it.
Well, it's the Chiefs and the Chicago Bears this week. And Larry, of course, an objective NFL observer and official all these years, but grew up a Chicago Bears fan.
But I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan also, but having grown up in that area, being a Bears fan my whole life, trying out with the Bears in '65, not good enough. Got cut right away. 2 weeks, something like that. I've been a Bears fan forever. So this week I'm going to have a little mixed emotions, but maybe this much more a Bears fan.
Well, I've got a little wager with the local sports writer in the Springfield News Leader, who is also a Chicago Bears fan. If the Bears win, I have to sing "Bear Down Chicago Bears" on my radio show.
Oh,
and if
I want to.
If the Chiefs win, he has to do the Tomahawk Chalk chant. So he'd be chanting.
If the Bears win, you might have an all-time audience. I'm going to make some phone calls in Chicago.
Now, let me see if I understand this correctly. You have to sing?
Yes.
If that's the case?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think there's any worry here.
Hey, I thought Mahomes last week was incredible. With 13 minutes left in the second quarter, he had thrown the ball complete to 8 different receivers. That's unbelievable.
That is phenomenal.
Well, that's it for KC Blitz. Look in the description for links to some of the plays we discussed today. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, go Chiefs.